Assalamu alaikum. Dr. Saqib Chaudhry again with the vlog to rebut the conspiracy theory regarding the vaccine and the luciferase and the yellowish enzyme and the biometrics, whatnot. Inshallah, I'll try to keep it short as well. So, one of the thing is that we all need to understand is when we get these videos, maybe if someone calls themselves Tom, Dick, and Harry, doctor this, doctor that, from this university, that university, the first thing we have to use is our common sense as to what they are saying. Is it believable? Does it make any sense? What else is there out there in the world that is making more sense? Sort of a big picture approach. Now, this woman came up, and in the editing screen, I'll show it in one of the corners here. That uh, the vaccine would have an enzyme called, no, she didn't use the term enzyme, sorry. She said it will have a substance called luciferase that will tint when you put your skin under the light. It will glow, yellow glow, and then it will track your biometric and whatnot, etc., etc. I'm appalled, to be honest. If someone calls themselves a doctor, if she's a medical doctor or a life sciences doctor, then I don't think she knows the meaning of luciferase. Now, enzymes have this ending called ASE, amylase, polymerase, luciferase. So those endings indicate that it's an enzyme. So luciferase means an enzyme that exhibits light. So it's sort of a photo exhibiting or a light exhibiting enzyme. One of the common most places that you can find this enzyme is in firefly, jugnu. In the tail of firefly, it lights, and that light is basically coming from the enzyme called luciferase. The reason why it's called Lucifer as luciferase is no conspiracy or no satanic thing or satanic theory or agenda or Bill Gates, nothing. It's purely because Lucifer is depicting yellow. The light that emits is like our bulbs, yellow light. So that's sort of where it picks the term called luciferase. Now, moving on to the next bit. So first thing is first, luciferase has nothing to do with the whole thing, right? The yellow tint, the whole Hollywood stuff. No, don't fall for that. Now, the second thing that comes in is biometric analysis through this enzyme. You can't analyze biometrics through an enzyme. An enzyme is there to produce something, to produce. So luciferase, enzyme that produces light. So that's what it is doing. Okay, so that's how it works. Now, for biometrics, let us understand one thing. Does Bill Gates or other conspiracy or other big ventures, do they need to invest billions of dollars in a vaccine to collect biometric data? What is biometric data? Our eye, our voice print, our thumbprints, our blood, um, cerebrospinal fluid, they're all part of biometrics. Okay? So these are all biometrics, and there are children playing around. So forgive for the background noise as well if it's coming. Um, Now, do they really need to collect this information through the vaccine? The information that is being collected, how can that be collected? Now, see, your mobile phones have Google Maps. So the Google Map is tracking you every minute. It sends a ping. Even if it's offline, it sends a ping. So it's tracking you. The smartwatches are tracking your heartbeat, your blood pressure, your saturated oxygen, your steps, your sleep pattern, everything. Your wife, your children, your mother, your fathers don't know much about you as much as the smartwatches and the mobile phone knows more about you. So if you get married to your phone, they know more about you than your own wife. To be honest, I'm telling you the truth. Now, let's talk about DNA. When you go and you give your blood sample in your lab examination, your DNA is already gone because blood is in the DNA. Even if you give urine sample that has your DNA, so what's the point? Your DNA is already there if they want to use it. Under Human Tissue Act UK, they can use it, by the way, HTA. Now, another biometric, your eye, your thumbprints. When you apply for your passports, they have already taken thumbprints from all your 5 fingers. So your biometric is gone. If you have gone to Dubai or somewhere, they have taken your eye impression, your biometric is gone. My mobile phone or any phones, they have infrared cameras. They can measure the skin color change, not this brown skin, by the way, it's talking about the inner color. So the red thing that comes inside. So the infrared measures, and through the 64 points on your face, it can detect stress, blood pressure, heart rate, which can then detect heart rate variation and lots of other things. So all the biometrics that they need, they are collecting for free. Do you think it makes any business sense for them to invest billions of dollars on a vaccine that is not going to be accessible by more than two-thirds of the world population? The remaining one-third population who will have access to that vaccine won't be able to get vaccine because of supply and demand. So really, for 1% population, would they invest billions of dollars? Whereas what, more than 50% of the planet is already using smartphones. They already have the data. They already have all the access to your biometrics. They have access to your DNA. They have access to your thumbprints. So if someone has to use it in the larger conspiracy theory, they have everything already. They don't need this. So before we believe in such videos, we need to use our common sense and then think whether it is doable or it's not doable. Is it practical? Is it not practical? And when someone uses these terminologies, try Googling it. Mr. Google is very good with it. These Dr. Tom, Dick, and Harry's, rather than looking into them, I would rather prefer you to go and see with Dr. Google what he says about it. Although a lot of time it is wrong, but at least you can bust the myths yourselves, do a fact check, and then spread the videos. Now, if you think what I've said makes sense, then I would like you to please share the video with your colleagues, your peers, your family members, so that they can also hear the correct side of the story. And hopefully, the conspiracies that are already spreading, we can be a part of minimizing those conspiracies. We are all in this together. May it be COVID today or something else tomorrow. If common sense prevails, if precautions prevail, if we are doing what is the need of time, then we'll be able to fight with any such pandemic, epidemic, or endemics. Thank you very much. Take care. Assalamu alaikum.